Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and this is B.fleye Beauty, and it is St. Patty's Day. So happy St. Patty's Day. Hope you got your green on. I really don't want to put makeup on today, and I'm very sorry that I'm coming to you looking like this, but this is what you get. I wanted to just talk about some empties I've had recently, some skincare updates, new things that I've purchased. I have got a little bit of a haul, as well as like talking through the empties with a little bit of makeup sprinkled in. More makeup to come, but right now I'm kind of on a skincare kick. So let's start with things that are empties. This is my second or third time going through this. This is a vitamin C. Probably should just take my glasses off the whole time. This is Green Tangerine Vitamin C Dark Spot Serum by Goodall. I've talked about this before. If you've never used vitamin C, I think this is a good starting point. Especially if you have really sensitive skin to acne, to any sort of actives or acids. I talk about this a lot, but I have used vitamin C and a lot of acids on my skin for probably 5 to 7 years now, to the point that it has to be pretty spectacular to see a change in my skin, because if you've never used some of these things, you're gonna see a massive switch to your skin within a couple of months, and you're gonna wanna see that all the time, but you cannot continue to see that result because your skin has already done like the brunt of the work, if that makes sense. So I'm not, all of that to say, I'm not personally seeing a huge switch in my skin. However, it keeps my skin where it needs to be, from where, when I initially started using these products and got it to the way I really wanted it, this keeps it there. It doesn't diminish anything. It doesn't cause breakouts. It doesn't cause sensitivity. You can definitely see a glow. Always want to use vitamin C in the morning, because when it reacts with the sun, it actually does better work. Of course, you want to use SPF on top of that, but I'm not repurchasing this right now. I wanted to go back to a higher percentage of ascorbic acid, not have the typical researched ascorbic acid. It is a different version of vitamin C, and I like to switch it up, and I like to go back to my traditional researched, works well on my skin ascorbic acid. So speaking of that, what I purchased in lieu of that is a drugstore, not SPF, but vitamin C that is really, really nice. It's not as high of a percent of ascorbic acid that I like, but it's a great drugstore one that's pretty affordable. It's Cerave, which you guys know is just one of my favorite brands in general for skincare. This has 10% ascorbic acid, and it is one of the first ingredients when you look down. So it's 1 fluid ounce. It's somewhere around $20. Which is comparable pricing here. So these are kind of a higher end drugstore price, which is not even higher end anymore. That's pretty much drugstore price for most things. And it's a great go-to. I'm gonna do another video where I go in depth with skincare, some really basic stuff, and then some recommendations in each category. So I don't wanna go too hard on the vitamin C, but I will say that is one of my favorites. It does not break me out. I'm oily, acne prone, and I'm about to be 44. So it doesn't, I don't really have super sensitive skin, I will say that, but I don't break out from that, and that's a big thing for me. So highly recommend both of those. But let's move on from vitamin C. So we talked about SPF being very important to wear on top of your, it's important every single day. So I ran out. I'm almost done with my Trader Joe's daily facial sunscreen. This is the one I like to wear under makeup on days that I do wear makeup, and it's fabulous, and it's under $10, or it's around $10. So you cannot go wrong with this, especially if you have oily skin, aging skin. It looks really nice under makeup. It's SPF 40 as well. So I need to pick up more of this. I have a tiny bit left, but I'm not wearing makeup today. So what I do like to wear when I'm not wearing makeup, and I ran out and have already purchased, I really, really love this. This is the Sunbum Daily Glow Tinted Sunscreen Moisturizer Broad Spectrum 30. Now I will say, it feels a little bit more liquidy. On my repurchase, I do think that the formula is a little different. but I don't really wear this under makeup much, so I don't really care too much about that as long as it feels good and it doesn't break me out, which originally it didn't, so we'll see. But it looks to be the same thing. It's just got a pump now, which is nice, and it's a little bit more liquidy. So I will compare ingredients and let you know, but I do think that it's the same at this point. I do think that they just maybe give us a little bit less or something with the pump. Like, I feel like we're getting charged for the pump that they put on here, you know what I mean? I really love this. It's a glowy tinted moisturizer, and I love it 10,000 times better than the e.l.f. Skin Glow situation. But I don't like to be wasteful, so I'm using this on my chest, my hands, my neck, etc. So that's a little tip. If you don't really like the product on your face and under makeup, use it everywhere else. Let's not be wasteful, and we all know we need SPF everywhere, whether you're in the house or not. So I'm gonna keep that moisturizer here. I'm almost out of my Agency Future formula, and I'll talk about this more as well in my more detailed skincare video, but I do have another one coming. I actually can, this is around 80 bucks, and I can make it last for 3 months. So this is kind of my retinol system at this point. I'm still breaking out from retinol, but this one helps, not helps me. I don't break out as much with this one. And this is a combination. So they alter this to your skin type and how your skin is doing as you go. So you do check-ins and everything. It's a subscription. So I'm at 0.035 tretinoin, azelaic acid 5%. That's good for acne. I believe it's a BHA, tranexamic acid 5%, niacinamide 4%. Niacinamide tends to sting me a little bit, but this doesn't. Also, another tip is if you are using retinol and you are getting a lot of dryness, which I am, which is very rare because this is the highest level I've been at. Like, I don't want to go higher yet. I've been using, I went ahead and purchased hyaluronic acid and the 100% organic cold pressed rosehip seed oil from The Ordinary. One of my favorite brands is, it's called something scientific, Skin Active Scientific. And I think it's like where a lot of people white label from. They no longer have the straight rosehip seed oil, and I don't know, they've changed a lot. So I was looking for my vitamin C and my rosehip seed oil from them, and they didn't really have it. So I went back to The Ordinary. I'm using the oil underneath an occlusive, the same thing with the hyaluronic acid. So depending on how peely I am, I will use these with my regular nighttime moisturizer. I'm also using the hyaluronic acid on my lips before my lip mask at night, or Vaseline or chapstick or whatever you use. Not going to get into what's good or bad there, just you never want to use hyaluronic acid just by itself. You want to make sure that you seal it in with something. So I've been using both of these again. Rosehip seed oil is good for more oily skin. If you have drier skin, maybe use marula oil, but this is part of my haul that I got more recently, and you don't have to spend a lot of money on skincare, I will tell you that. So the rosehip seed oil I'm mixing with my moisturizer. The hyaluronic acid I mostly use for the lips. And then I have two other big moisturizers that I've been loving for heavy days, and the Innisfree Nourishing Cream with Ginger Honey. I absolutely love this. It is very thick. So if you have drier skin, it's great. I don't know if Innisfree is still selling this, but I got this at Marshall's or TJ Maxx, and I bought a bunch of them. And it smells amazing. It's a very, very thick, dreamy cream. Typically, I would not use this, but we are in winter months here. I know we're about to hit spring, and the retinol use is really contributing to the peeliness of the skin. Another one that I think has been discontinued, but I think that there is a dupe for this at Trader Joe's. So they also have straight hyaluronic acid as well. Definitely they have a great price point. Just check ingredients, make sure it works for you. This is the Ulta Watermelon Refresh Hydrating Sleeping Mask. I absolutely love this. Oh my gosh, I adore this. I mean, my skin feels like a baby's bum the next morning, and I'm not freaking joking. It does not break me out. It does not sting my skin. And it smells amazing. So I'm very upset that this has been discontinued. So I'm on the hunt to see if these really are discontinued. If they are, where can you still find them, etc. And I'll get back with you guys on the Trader Joe's thing there. And then I repurchased my Maybelline Eraser Multi-Use, oh my gosh, Instant Age Rewind. I got it in the pink. And I like to mix this with all of my concealers under my eyes for a better brightening and then tone match situation. It's definitely the best. It's very thin, it's very buildable, it mixes well with other concealers, and I like to mix it with the Natasha Denona concealer, which is probably the best concealer I've ever used on my face, but it's more of a spot concealer for me. It blends out beautifully. The color tones are perfect for me. I don't know how much everybody loves it, but I don't adore it under my eyes, but I do mix it with the Maybelline Age Rewind, and it looks really, really nice. So if you have oily skin, oily and or aging skin, you might want to try it. It is $30, so it's one of my more high-end products that I continue to purchase. But that one is worth it for me. And it's very rare, but I will tell you when it is worth it. Again, not for everybody's skin. I went ahead and purchased a new, this one's my old one, the other one is on its way. The e.l.f. Lash Extender. This is a dupe for the Cerave mascara, and it is fabulous. It's literally $7. They have brown, they have black, and they have some other soft color that nobody wants. It is killer for summer, spring, hot stuff, water stuff, oily face that nothing stays on. Highly recommend. I purchased two things from the Dollar Tree, actually. So they have a new lip jelly, which is kind of a stain. It's by B.fleye. And then we have a lip oil by We Don't Know. So let's swatch these. This one is kind of a strawberry red, this gel gloss stain. It's actually quite beautiful, but it is more of a pinky red. And this is what it looks like from Dollar Tree, from B.fleye. These are pretty cute. I kind of like these. And I'll put the lip oil on. Again, this is like an orangey red color. And it looks really pretty. I mean, it's not super thick. It's more of a watery oil. But, you know, it does the trick, especially if you're looking for something more affordable. I mean, I really would check Dollar Tree. They've been kind of coming up in the world, especially in the makeup area. Oh, I forgot a skincare thing I bought. So I wanted to go back to, I have to be careful with acids right now because I am using tretinoin. And because of the high level, right, I am peeling, so I want to be careful with acids on other days. But I want to get back to using salicylic acid in the morning, and so instead of buying the Paula's Choice, which is my favorite, I am trying the Naturium one, so I'll put that here. So that's also on its way. And then I have one more makeup thing to talk about, and that is, I was looking for, so e.l.f. used to have a multi-toned, very, very thin setting powder. It was pressed. It had like the 4 colors, and it's kind of similar to the idea of the Guerlain Meteorites, but they weren't shimmery. So I'm working on getting through these, and I definitely want to buy some more Meteorites, the shimmery kind. So I was looking for maybe an alternative, maybe a little bit less money. I mean, the Meteorites are like $80. The e.l.f. one was $3, and kind of looking for something in between. So this is kind of what the e.l.f. one looked like. This is the Laura Geller Universal Filter Finish Radiant Setting Powder. It is not radiant to me, but it does have the different colors, and it is a soft, thin powder. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm just using it incorrectly. Like, it doesn't feel like anything. But there is something about the finish on me, and it could just be because I'm peely, or maybe what I put it on top of didn't really work. But it was very cakey. So I'm gonna keep using it. I'm not gonna return it. But I don't think it's hitting the mark, so I'm still on the lookout. So if you guys have a dupe for the Meteorites, let me know. I mean, I'm down to spend the money if that's what I need to do. But I've been using it as a finishing, like, I spray my face, my setting spray, and then I do my eyes, and then I buff everything in with the Meteorites, which I really, really love. So I'm using it as a finishing kind of blend together situation, and this does do it. I just don't want to be super powdery. And the Meteorite somehow, keep you from looking like that. So if you have a dupe for that, please let me know. I should have a spring decorate with me coming up next. We'll do a deep dive into skincare. And then honestly, I think I'm just gonna go back to basics and teaching, because that's what I do really well. And I think we could all use kind of a reset on like, how do we use certain products? When do we use this? Do we need a 17-step skincare routine? Do we need to do block brows still? You know what I mean? Like, let's get down to basics. So anyways, if you have a dupe for the meteorites, that'd be lovely. I'm gonna keep you guys posted on if I find a dupe for these other things, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching, guys.